Hey, it's Drea, and I'm here for my 17-month update since having VSG surgery, or vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery, with Dr. Hamilton at the Bariatric Center of Kansas City. I'll go ahead and try to make this fast because I have a lot that I want to talk about with you all, and it's my 17 months or monthly update. So that's typically when I talk a little bit more. I am 31 years old. I'm 5'8". Highest recorded weight was 326 pounds. That was 2 weeks prior to my surgery. Day of surgery, I was 305. As of this last Sunday, I was 165.6, and I'm looking at notes right here, so that's the reason why I'm looking crazy. Which means Drea had a gain of 2.6 pounds this last week, which has to do with me being an awesome woman. That's right, I said awesome. So it's all water. It's what it is, but it's still, the scale said it, so it is what it is. Which means also that I lost 2 pounds this last month. I lost 62.6 pounds this last year. Since my surgery, I've lost 139.4 pounds, and since my highest recorded weight, I've lost 160.4 pounds. That's great. That's crazy great. My life is awesome. My life is so awesome, and I never knew it could be that awesome. I really had no clue. Smallest I've ever remember getting through a diet or exercise and doing all that kind of stuff you're supposed to do was 220. I think was the lowest that I ever got by myself. So this is my lowest adult weight that I've ever been, and I think the 160s is where I like to be. I like the way I look. I don't look too thin, don't look too big. I'm looking pretty mighty fine. So A+ for that. Okay, so what do I want to talk about? I want to go ahead and talk about my favorite things this month because I feel like it's so important to put it out there. So important. First, let's go ahead and talk about the, oh yeah, cinnamon roll bar. These are dangerous. Wow. I've had the Quest ones before and they were pretty good, but these are like, you gotta be careful with them. Be careful. I mean, seriously. And there's quite a bit of sugar alcohols in here. I mean, you're talking about 11 grams of sugar alcohol and 9 grams of fiber, 24 grams of carbs. So it's not that many net carbs, 1 gram of sugar and 20 grams of protein, but they are very dangerously good. Another one that I want to talk about that I'm absolutely in love with. Oh, Quest. They did so good on this. It's so good. Okay. So, because a little, 411 Andrea, as being my chunky self, I love those little Mighty Muffin packs that have like the blueberry or the chocolate chip muffins in them. Oh, I love those things. I used to eat those things with a big thing of like chocolate milk. Oh, it's so good. So these are definitely bringing back memories of those, and I'm in love with them. I'm in love with them. So in love with them. No, I did not go see that GNC guy anymore. I did go to a different GNC, however, and it was a corporate store. So the guy in there looked like he hasn't done leg day in a couple of weeks, at least. And he was a little bit offish. Like he was standoffish. He didn't really care to talk to me. So, which that was not that bad. Another thing that I tried this week, and let me get them in order because, nothing worse than an upside down try, right? Buff Bake. These were on my news feed, and they typically get on your news feed when you start Googling shit. And yeah, so Buff Bake is pretty much, they have some nut butter spreads. Some of these are almond, some of these are peanut butter. I did get a 5-pack variety pack. There are 2 tablespoons in each, and that is 1 serving, and they're roughly 190 to 200 calories for 2 tablespoons of nuts butter, which is not uncommon. They do have 11 grams of protein and have about 14 grams of fat and roughly anywhere in between 4 to 7 net carbs. So they are a little bit higher on the carbs that I typically like to stick with, but it is what it is. And they're a nut butter spread. So I will go ahead and get to what I'm thinking right now. It did come out in a 5-pack. As you see, there's only 4 here because the chocolate chip cookie dough was bleh, bleh. Like, I took like 1 bite of it and I was like, done, goodbye. Next, white chocolate, probably my favorite. Did not really taste like Hershey's white chocolate or anything. And the thing about the nut butters that are protein, you have to like, they're gritty. You know, they're not like a creamy and, you know, I'm a creamy kind of gal. So, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be ordering these again. Legendary Foods. Anyways, talk about that in a minute. Red Velvet. Didn't get the cream cheese red velvet kind of thing that I really wanted, but it wasn't that bad. Snickerdoodle. Pretty good. It was pretty good. The birthday cake. I'd rather just have an oh yeah birthday cake bar. This was not that impressive at all. So would I order these again? Probably not. But if you're looking into a nut butter, I think these are, they taste a little bit better than the PB, is it P82 or something like that? Nut butter, I believe I tried. Anyways, Legendary Foods, their nut butters are phenomenal. I will probably, they're $10 a jar though, and I'm like, I always go back and forth. I'm like, should I buy? Anyways, so good. Legendary Foods. Anyways, I will put a link down below so you guys can go to their website and do it for yourself if you want. It's $10 for 5 packs. See what you like. Everybody's taste is different. So, as you all know, I follow a more ketogenic lifestyle. If you don't know what that is, then you can put in your little Google machine like I've said before. But with that said, typically you're supposed to feel eventually satisfied from your foods. And I have been realizing that I'm always constantly feeling hungry. I feel like I'm in the first couple of weeks. Usually the couple of weeks, you know, you feel like, or the first week, you know, you feel very, you're hungry because you're starving yourself of those carbs, you know. Your body's trying to pull from something else. So it's trying to get into ketosis, pretty much. So I have been listening to a lot of podcasts and whatever lately, you know, just to educate myself a little bit better about what I should be doing, what I shouldn't be doing. Because everybody has their own way of doing keto. Some people do 50 net carbs. I do 20 net carbs. That's what works best for me. I actually start gaining at like 30 net carbs. So one thing that I found out, and just in case you don't know me a little bit more now, I don't have a gallbladder. Didn't even think about this. Whenever I'm doing a high fat diet, I'm not digesting fat and protein and carbs the way I should. Because I don't have a gallbladder. I didn't even realize that. So I looked into it and they said if you don't have a gallbladder and if you want to do keto, then you should be taking ox bile or maybe looking into a dandelion root type tea and whatnot. I just Googled it, looked it up, boom, that was my answer. So I found these from Now Foods Super Enzymes. They do have ox bile in them. And I will tell you, you're supposed to take 1 capsule with a meal. I take it about 30 minutes before a meal, and I'm going to scale back a little bit on them because I feel like I'm having a reverse effect. Anyways, I'll get into that in a minute. But I feel way better, way satisfied from my food, actually eating less, which kind of is weird because I'm used to eating 4 ounces or only allowing myself to eat 4 ounces. I will probably get full on about 3 ounces now. And maybe TMI, but they're definitely helping with digestion, okay? I'm definitely going to the restroom every single day, which is weird. 17 months in, have not been going every day, maybe every 3 days. This, every day. Super Enzymes by Now Foods. Another thing that I added to my list of freaking medications is magnesium and potassium. I just got these from Walmart. I read that if you're doing a keto diet, you need to be taking some more of those because my Celebrate vitamins, and that's what I'm taking now, does not really cover that. Let's see, magnesium has 100 milligrams, which is 25% of my daily value, and doesn't have the other one. So, start doing that. That's something new that I started doing this last month or so. Another thing that I'm doing, which I am going to go ahead and put out there, is that I'm listening to podcasts on Spotify. If you don't know what Spotify is, it's just like your Apple Music. You just don't have to pay for it. You can pay for it if you don't want commercials, but I don't pay for it. I don't care about commercials. So I've been listening to podcasts. The one that I'm obsessed with right now is Primal Potential Mastering Fat Loss. It is about losing weight, but it's so much more. It's so much more. It has to do with your thinking. It's a diet without the diet. I believe that's how she explains it. It's pretty much just saying that you need to get your mind right. So one of the ones that I had listened to was episode 201, was how to stop making excuses and exceptions. And I thought this applies to so many people. I thought of 50 million names in my head. I was like, oh my gosh, he or she could definitely benefit from this podcast. So if you have a chance, please go out there and listen to these podcasts. I mean, they have to do with everything about your hormones and losing weight. And she's not all about keto. I mean, she is, but it's not all about keto. It's like low carb and you know, what's that going to benefit you? How is it going to benefit you? It has to do with so much more than just what's on the scale. And I feel like a lot of us could possibly hear that. Yes, she does come off sometimes as, to me, I'm like, took me a minute to get used to her voice. But in the way that she talks, but it was really, really beneficial to me. And the episode 201 that I'm talking about, she's talking about being a wisher, a wanderer, or a warrior throughout your day. This is, in the way she explains it, is that a wisher is a person that wishes they could lose weight, but never takes action on it, or wants everything handed to them, but will never do anything with that information. A wanderer is a person that knows exactly what to do, but they tend to wander from lifestyle to lifestyle or diet to diet. They get on those little trains and they jump off, and so they never really know what works for their body. They're always just wandering around in the community and don't really know, like, they're like, oh, well, she did keto, I want to do keto, or oh, she did the 5-day pouch test, I'm going to do that. And then the warrior. The warrior is the person that has done a diet or has done a lifestyle and have figured out that that's what works for them and that's what they're going to do with the rest of their life. They don't need any direction. They take the bull by its balls. I mean, pretty much. And she says that you don't have to live your life in that constant warrior, wanderer, wisher state, that every decision you make is a new chance to be the person that you want to be. So you can wake up every day and say, am I going to have a shitty day or am I going to have a great day? Am I going to make my bed or am I going to like just get up out of bed and be like, bye? There's so many things that she talks about in this one episode that I feel like a lot of people would benefit from, and there's so many other I'm not even through all of them, but I've been listening to them and I love them. So if you don't know, Spotify has free podcasts. You can go on there. It's Primal Potential Mastering Fat Loss. Love it. One thing I'm obsessed with this month, I guess you'd say. Another thing, real quick, goal setting. Let's go ahead and talk about that, because I feel like I've been listening to a lot of people lately and they've been setting these goals that just seem too much. You know, if you're like newly fresh out the doctor's office, okay, let's just say you just had surgery, I don't know, 6 weeks ago. I feel like it's just very important whenever you're setting a goal to set obtainable goals, because I don't feel like it would be beneficial to your head. Because if you think about it, okay, I will just say for me, if I gain 5 pounds, it's easier for me to lose the 5 pounds now than if I had gained 5 pounds and I was 326 pounds. Why? Because I think about the bigger picture. That's just how we always think. We think about the bigger picture. We think, okay, 5 pounds, great, I need to get those off, but damn, I have 160 pounds to lose, you know, like, oh, that just seems so daunting. When you think daunting, whenever you're thinking about your new healthy lifestyle, it just really brings stress to you. And if you have stress, a lot of people tend to eat during stress or go to food for that comfort, and then they end up gaining or they end up maintaining their weight, and they're disappointed because they're like, wait, I have such a deadline I need to meet. If you look back at all my videos, I did set goals for myself. Did I set them every week? No. Did I set them every month? No. I set them on big events, and I always knew I could obtain them because I constantly was losing around 1.5 to 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds. I would just say a medium, I was losing 1.5 pounds a week. So I would set a goal that I would only lose 1 pound a week. So I only had 1 pound a week that I would have to lose. I knew that I could hit that goal. I knew it. And what does that do for your self-esteem if you don't hit that goal? How is that going to affect you? Is it going to benefit you? If you set a goal that you just know, like, I want to lose 20 pounds this month. Holy crap, 20 pounds. And especially if you're, like, let's just say your BMI is not as high, or you're, or you've lost it. Like, if I would say, like, right now, or if I would say, like, yeah, right now I want to lose 15 pounds this next month or 10 pounds this next month. That's just crazy because I know in the last 6 months I've only been losing, 7 pounds. I only lost 2 pounds this last month, which is just doesn't matter anymore. Weird to say, I know. I just want to make sure that we are being as healthy, not only in the choices that we make on eating, be it that you're eating out, be it that you're, anything. I just want us to be healthy not only in our diet or our lifestyle. I want to be healthy up here, and I want to make sure that everyone stays as positive as possible, because if you think positive, you do positive things will happen. If you think negatively, all of a sudden you're going to be like stressed out about it and down about it, and that doesn't get us anywhere. So I want to make sure that whenever you're setting goals, if you do set goals, and just from my personal experience, set goals that you can actually obtain. If you know you're losing 1 pound a week, then say, hell, in the next month, I'm going to lose 2 pounds. Or next month I want to lose 3 pounds. Hell, if you're losing 2 pounds a week, you know what I mean? Just set it a little bit lower than what you know you're going to obtain. So when you obtain it and you surpass it, it's going to do so much more for this, and you won't even care about the scale. Another thing also is that never, from experience, never weigh yourself on the days you feel skinnier. Never do it. Whenever I do it, I always am like disappointed because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be like this because I feel so skinny today. And then I get on there, I'm like, what? I've only lost 1 pound? It messes with your head. Our heads, or the way that we think, will never be the same. Because even though I've lost 160 pounds, whenever I did see the 165 and I just came from 158 or whatever, it is a mind fuck, like you're just kind of like, what? But now that I'm getting more comfortable in the 160s, I've been here for a while, I'm like, that's fine. It's okay. Eventually you will get to goal. It's as much as you want it to be a race, and there's like little things that you want to hit, little goals that you want to hit, and I think that's kind of, that's great. Setting goals is great. Just set obtainable goals. So yeah, that was one thing that I want to touch base on. Last but not least, because this is very long, OH is in a week and a half. A week. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. If you're going, comment below. I mean, I'll leave my contact information below. Email me. We can hook up. No. Anyways, we can, what I'm talking about. You can teach me maybe what you like from Starbucks. Shit, I know that's on like my top of my list. Or show me a new coffee spot that you know in California. Hell, I don't even know how to dress for California. Let's just talk about that. I went shopping and I was like, what are they even? They're so much more trendier than Missouri. That's for damn sure. Anyways, there are so many wonderful people going, and I'm so disappointed because I won't be able to go to Walt Disney like I wanted to. Apparently it's Pride at Walt Disney, and I'm like, oh really? I really would love to go, but I just can't wing it on Sunday. I leave on Sunday. So anyways, hit me up. We can hook up and talk or whatever. If you need protein bars, I'll tell you what room I'm in. You guys can come see me. I just want to make sure everybody is feeling and having the best time of their lives, because that's what it's all about, right? Anyways, I hope you all have a great one. Let's see. Oh, I will be doing a video here soon about eating out and making healthier decisions. Not really healthier, but the decisions that you can make and things that you can do that whenever you're eating out and on the run. So I will talk to you guys later. Hope you have a good one. Bye.